there everyone, I am Marta aka Obscure Beauty and I'm super happy to welcome you to another video. Today I am tackling a topic that is close to my heart and maybe yours too. The fear of rejection because of our pricing or even because of the quality of our work. So grab your favorite drink, settle in and let's talk. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. We artists aren't exactly wired for marketing, are we? I know that I'm certainly not. It's a struggle that I face time and time again, and I've heard similar stories from many other artists. There's this inherent discomfort when it comes to putting a price tag on our creations, even though deep down we all dream of making a living from our art. It's basically a paradox that we need to overcome, and that's exactly what I'm going to explore today, or part of it, at least. Now, before I start, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell if you haven't already. I know I haven't been super consistent, but it gives me motivation and helps me reach more aspiring artists like yourself and me. And trust me, I will be sharing some valuable insights, all of my mistakes, my learnings, so that you don't have to do them yourself. You won't want to miss it. Alright, let's talk about the global art market and how it affects the pricing decisions. We live in a wonderfully connected world where artists from all corners of the world can showcase their work online. It's truly amazing how we can interact with fellow creatives and potential clients from different countries, each with their own economic realities and currency. This diversity is both a blessing, but also a challenge when it comes to pricing our art. On one hand, it's beautiful to see art becoming more accessible to people worldwide. I genuinely love the fact that someone halfway across the globe can find an artist whose style resonates with them and commission a piece that fits them. It's a win-win situation. Artists get work and art lovers get to own unique pieces. However, this global marketplace also presents some complications when it comes to pricing our work fairly. Let me share a personal story to illustrate this point. When I first started, I was struggling with my pricing strategy. I set my rates really low, basing myself on other artists, thinking to attract more clients. And you know what? It did. I was flooded with commission requests, working around the clock to keep up with the demand. But here's what happened. At the end of the month, I could barely cover half of my bills. It was a harsh wake-up call that taught me a valuable lesson. Sometimes charging too little can be just as detrimental as charging too much. This experience made me realize that we need to find a balance. We should price our work in a way that not only allows us to sustain ourselves, but also respects the value of our time and skills. But it's not just about us as individual artists, it's about upholding the standards of our entire community. Speaking of community, let me share another story. During my time as a student nurse in Portugal, I witnessed a rather troubling trend. So, some newly graduated nurses were working for free or for very little pay just to gain experience and potentially secure future job opportunities. While their intentions were understandable, this practice had a ripple effect on the entire nursing community, driving down wages and devaluing the profession as a whole. And I see parallels between this situation and what's happening in the art world. When artists consistently undervalue their work, it can create a race to the bottom that affects everyone. It's crucial to remember that while we may be passionate about our art, it's also our livelihood, right? And we deserve to be compensated fairly for our skills, time, and creativity. Now, I know that what some of you might be thinking, what if I'm just starting out? How can I justify charging higher prices? And it's a valid concern, and I've been there too. The key is to shift our perspective. Instead of focusing solely on the end product, we need to consider the value that we're providing to our clients. Art isn't just about a final piece, it's about the experience, the emotions it evokes, and the unique perspective that we bring to each project. When we price our work, we're not just charging for the materials and the time spent on the creation. We are also charging for our skills, for our vision, and the joy our art brings to others' lives. Remember, art is a luxury. It's not a necessity. People don't commission art because they need it to survive. They do it because they want to make their lives better or enrich their projects with something beautiful and meaningful. It's true that there are a lot of people that despite wanting art, they might not be able to afford it, which, might not be such a problem this day and age anymore due to something called. But there are clients out there who can and will pay fair prices for quality artwork. Our job is to find them and show them why our art is worth the investment. And of course, this is easier said than done, marketing ourselves, and our art can be daunting, especially for those of us who'd rather be creating than, promoting. But here's the thing, improving our marketing skills is just as important important as improving our artistic skills if we want to make a living from our art. At least if you're taking the same route as I am. So, what can we do to overcome our fear of rejection and price our art confidently? Here's some strategies that have helped me along my journey. Research and educate yourself. Look into industry standards for pricing art in your niche. There are many great resources available online, and I will share some of my favorite guides in the description below. Start with the base rate. Calculate your costs, materials, time, overhead, and then add a profit margin. This gives you a starting point for negotiations. Offer different tiers of service. This allows clients with varying budgets to work with you while still maintaining your value. For example, I offer line art, flat colored paintings, and finally full rendered paintings. Practice your pitch. The more comfortable you become talking about your art and its value, the easier it will be to justify your prices. And this is still much of a work in progress for me as well, okay? Seek feedback from peers and mentors. Sometimes an outside perspective can help you see the true value of your work. And I can't tell you how many times this has avoided me making a mistake that I would definitely end up regretting. And finally, be willing to walk away. Not every potential client will be the right fit, and that is okay. It's better to lose a commission than to undervalue your work. Remember, rejection is a natural part of any creative career. Even established artists face rejection regularly. The key is to not take it personally. When a client chooses not to work with you, it doesn't necessarily mean your art isn't good enough or that your prices are too high. It simply means that you weren't the right fit for that particular project or budget. And you know what? You wouldn't want to force that situation anyway. Let me share yet another personal experience. The moment I raised my prices, something amazing happened. Somehow, it made most of the interactions I had with my clients so much better. I believe that's because my clients are now people who actually want my art, my work. They genuinely like what I do, not just my prices. And this shift has been incredibly rewarding, both financially and emotionally. It's proof that when you value your work appropriately, you attract clients who truly appreciate your unique artistic vision. As artists, we often pour our hearts and souls into our work, which can make rejection feel really personal. But try to view it from a business perspective. Clients have their own preferences and constraints, and your job is to find the clients who align with your style, values, and pricing, not to please everyone. Now, I want to address something important. The journey to becoming a full-time artist is exactly that, a journey. It doesn't happen overnight, and that is okay. Many of us, myself included, balance our artistic pursuits with other jobs to make ends meet, and there is no shame in that. In fact, having a steady income from another source can take some of the pressure of your art career and allow you to grow at your own pace. Is it ideal? Maybe not, but it works. I've had months where my art income was enough to consider quitting my nursing job, and other months where it barely covered my morning coffee. The key is consistency and persistence. Keep creating, keep learning, keep putting yourself out there. Attend art fairs and conventions, participate in online communities, collaborate with art artists. Every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal. And as I finally tire from talking, I feel I digress quite a bit actually. But well, I want to leave you with this thought. Your art has value and so do you. Don't let fear of rejection or self-doubt hold you back from charging what you're worth. It's not just about making money, it's about respecting what you do and building a sustainable career doing what you love. Now, I'd love to hear from all of you. Where are you in your journey to become a full-time artist? How do you approach pricing your commissions? Which challenges have you faced and what strategies have worked for you? Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's learn from each other and grow together as a community. If I get enough valuable insights from your comments, I might even create a follow-up video compiling all of our collective wisdom. So don't be shy. Your experiences could help fellow artists who are struggling with the same issues. Before you go, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to the channel for more content like this about the artist journey, my artist journey, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on new uploads. And if you know any artists who might benefit from this discussion, please share this video with them. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, we're all in this together, supporting each other as we pursue our art dreams. Keep creating, keep believing in yourself, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, still inspired and keep making beautiful art.